Ozzyoz the Vyrus, you tapped in with PPhilms. What's the word, man?
I'm good, man. I'm blessed. I can't complain. How's everything with you, bro?
Everything's great, man. Listen, I'm just happy to have you on the platform. We've been trying to line this up for a while, man.
For a while.
Facts.
But you know what? Like, everything takes time, so
exactly.
The fact that we're here right now, we made it happen, it's supposed to be this way.
Exactly.
Yes,
So
sir.
I know it's your first time on PPhilms, so we're gonna start everything from the beginning. I like for people all of the viewers that lock in with me, I want them to know Ozzyoz the Vyrus for who he is, you know what I'm saying, inside and out. So, you know, just break down the name, you know what I'm saying? Break down why you chose that name and what it means to you.
Alright, well, to give a little history of the name, it really just came from freestyling.
Okay.
So, just to really backtrack a little bit, you know, I used to do the music in Elmont.
Yeah.
I used to record and shoot videos and stuff. So just to summarize that real quick, I was just freestyling with my friends one day. And I don't know, I think I just said some line like something, Ozzyoz, of your highness, something you can call me, I'm sicker than everything you call me Ozzyoz the Vyrus. And then for some reason it didn't make no sense. I was just freestyling for fun, but just that Ozzyoz the Vyrus just had like a nice ring to it. And I just fell in love with the name from there. And this was like probably like early 2009.
Got you. So I understand the Ozzyoz part. So the virus, explain that to us.
Well, now that it's been years running with that name, doing through music, through videos, and through art, the real meaning I've grown into believing what it is now that like I just spread my art.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's
yeah.
really like an infectious thing to where I really like make people like double take or want to tap in and figure out what's going on or who is this artist or who drew this. So it's like it just spreads, bro. And then you know I've seen situations where people tell other people about the artwork. It just spreads like a virus.
Got you.
You know, and it just kind of comes full circle like to like the name for me now. And you know, lately I've just been playing around and experimenting, but I've tried to come up with like a little acronym for it.
Yeah.
And I'm playing around with it, so don't quote me on it. But the acronym I came up was visualizing your real universal spirit.
Smooth. I'm not gonna lie.
VYRUS.
Yeah.
And I'm really like on like a real like universal thing where I really feel like the universe, whatever you put in was what you get out.
Exactly.
And visualizing it is like whatever you're doing, whether it's art, whether it's music, whether it's creating. So that's like the new acronym I've been coming up for, and I just, you know, I presented it here. So
yeah, that's what's up.
And I'm about to start pushing that.
Yeah, I like that. It's funny because you're saying like you just messing around, playing around with it, seeing what sticks. But I feel like that sticks. I feel like that sounds amazing. Word.
And now that I come up with a little acronym for it, I feel like that's just going to bring it into full circle. It's everything I believe in. You know what I mean? And it spreads too, and it's real. So
exactly.
It all just kind of brings it all together. So that's where the name Ozzyoz the Vyrus comes from, and this is where it's currently at right now.
That's what's up. Now I know you said before you were just freestyling with your friends and all that. Where did you grow up?
Elmont, New York.
Got you. Exit 13.
03, all of that. Like, just
there you go.
A bunch of different generations, you know.
Absolutely.
That's it right there. I'm born in Queens, Springfield Gardens, but I moved like maybe like 3rd grade to Long Island. I went to Alden Terrace on my high school. Yeah. And that's really where I just did like the bulk of just growing up, you know what I mean? And
what was the childhood like for you out there?
I was a normal kid, bro. Like, you know, I wasn't like the coolest, but I wasn't like, you know, I was just right there in the middle.
Yeah.
I had a good amount of friends, you know, when I first moved. I connected with like a lot of friends who I'm still cool with today. Still got good energy with till this day, you know, different people. But I was just normal, bro. Just into my little cartoons, anime, art, and just drawing. Yeah. Like, you could even date it back to certain people that know. I used to sell like little drawings out of like a little book.
Damn. You know, so you've been hustling. You've been selling paintings.
I've been selling art since like the 5th grade. Like, really made no difference. But this shit, man, that's really where it come from, bro.
Word, that's what's up.
For real. So it started from that. Then I moved into high school and just really got real crazy with it. You know what I mean?
So, like, what age did you notice your talent? Because it's like, it's obvious that you stood out from all the other artists around you. Well, the other kids around you. Like, so what age did you notice, like, yo, I got something here?
To be honest, I knew from a young age, bro. I really knew, like, I was meant to do something good with art, but I didn't know what yet. Like as a child, I thought the biggest was probably just being in the city drawing like caricatures of people. I thought that's like the biggest it can get as a child.
Yeah.
But I knew like that was gonna be something with art. But I didn't know exactly how. But I always knew I'm gonna take it somewhere. I just didn't, you know, understand where. So
yeah, is there anyone in your family who that's artists as well? Like, where did you get that from?
as far as I know, I don't think anyone in my family is like really like an artist. But I do know I'm good at. I'm still decent at photography, and I know like my grandfather, you know, Ozzyoz the first. I'm the third. He used to have like a photography studio in Panama and stuff. So maybe some of that photography, artistic, you know, bloodline came from that.
Yeah.
But I definitely take it even way further than just pictures.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I could do photography, but art along with it too. So if I had to do any type of trace, it's probably somewhere from like my grandfather.
Okay, that's what's up. I know you was mentioning before how you started off in Alden and Elmont doing drawings and all that. So like, what was that like designing for the school?
It was fun, bro. It was honestly the best thing I could do. Like I didn't have good grades in it, so the only time I really shone was when I was doing something for the parades or the school events or where somebody just needed that artistic. That's where it was my time to shine. You know?
Yeah. They weren't paying you or anything, right?
No, it was just it was
like
school,
free promotion though. I ain't gonna lie.
Promotion, yeah, free publicity. Like, oh, I was working on this. Oh yeah, we definitely gonna win this parade or this school thing. So it definitely kicked in at that time, but. I didn't know you could still get paid off of it after school, but at that time I knew it was something to like cultivate like a following.
Exactly.
I just didn't know how to really do it yet at that time.
Bad. So I know you were saying before you was into the rapping, into the shooting videos and all that. You know, like what made you, because you were so good at the art, what made you even want to tap into that?
So drawing cartoons and selling them on my little binder was like hot for me. Like 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade.
Gotcha.
But sometime around 8th grade, it's like nobody was really into buying like the artwork like that anymore. Like, you could ask, I had like my little school binder and like this big ass like art binder. I was literally selling like $2 copies and prints, like lunchtime, like recess, hallways, just going crazy, bro.
If you don't mind me asking, in one day, how much would you make?
I was about to say that, so I made like a good like $40, $50, bro. Like,
that's good money.
That's lunch money.
Hell
In elementary school, so I was really doing it, bro. At the time, like lunch money was easy and it's legit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
My dad would go get me free copies at his job and just bring it to me, and like pack just came in. I would go to school with it, like you know what I mean? So. It was that, and then around 8th grade, it's like it kind of slowed down. It's like nobody was really into, buying like the anime, arts and the I used to draw like celebrities for fun too.
Yeah. Kind
of slowed down, and I'm just like, all right, like what can I do to really keep people's attention of like what I can do? And shout out to like like my boy like Nakai, like, and all my friends there, like they was just talking about like doing music. And I watched the movie Hustle and Flow on BET one day, and I just got inspired, bro. I was just like, all right, I'm gonna buy me a nice, because I, buy this little mic at PC Riches across the street from me, and I just went there the next day, took my little $12, got a mic, a whole laptop, and just
started recording
took it from there. And then same process, just built it into something. Maybe not as far as I would have liked to see it go, but far enough to where people know, okay, I gotta go to Ozzy's, crib to record something. I had the whole booth.
Yeah, it was the hub. Yeah,
it was. A lot of people tapped in at my crib, recording. Like, there's a lot of history, just making music with people, or helping people start their careers or jump-starting it realistically, just by telling them, hey, come to my crib, may not be the best quality, but we gonna make something good out of it and push it as far as we can. And whether it goes viral or world star at that time, we gonna do something. So that's where I really transitioned from art to music, and then I jumped in and did videos, and then I jumped in and made beats, and I don't want to say mastered it, but I caught on pretty fast to where I was pretty decent to do a whole production myself. And I was still doing art, but I'll be honest, I did slack off on building that craft for about a good 4 years, 4 years. But I was still doing it, but I wasn't focused on it.
Gotcha. All right. So what made you start to get back into it after 4 years, like kind of 4 years hiatus? What made you want to go back?
So the music was doing good for me. I was building more of a platform, more of a name by shooting videos and making beats and stuff, and it was going good. But I don't know, a part of me just felt like it's what I like to do, it's what I love to do, but it's not like my first love.
Gotcha.
And I can go far with this, but am I really gonna be happy going far with just, you know, music, beats and stuff? 'Cause I really just got into it just off the influence of my friends, and I was good at it, so it just kind of connected. But is it truly what I wanted to do deep down? And then that's where I kind of was just like, let me just try art out again. And then when I made my move to Florida, and you know, I was with you know, like my wife now, you know what I mean? And we just kind of,
hold on, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
So yeah, when we got into Florida, that's when I just, you know, I didn't have no clientele, no fan base out here, and that's when I really just went 150% with the art.
Gotcha.
So yeah,
Gotcha.
That's when I got back into it. Pretty much a little after graduating and moving.
Okay. Now I know like a lot of people that are into art, like people that I've known, you know, oftentimes I hear like, you know, they didn't pursue their dream because it was like, it either wasn't supported by their friends or recognized by parents as like a real job. Did you go through that?
Hell yeah. It's hard to convince you know, parents of like a different generation who don't understand that the internet can really like intertwine a career.
Absolutely.
Or build a career or give you a platform, you know? So it was a little difficult to explain to like they knew I was talented, they knew I could make it, but to show them like, hey, I can start now on my phone, just being at home and making art, it was kind of hard for them to like, you know, understand that. But, you know, as time went on and certain achievements were met and goals were, you know, crushed, they started to really understand like, okay, this is the time to do it now.
Got you. So for a young kid that's, you know, an artist and doesn't really have the support, what would you say to your younger self at that time when you're doubting yourself and not getting the support from people?
Just keep being innovative.
Gotcha.
Keep being creative, like, and keep figuring out how to be ahead of the curve. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when I realized you'll always win. If you're ahead of the curve, you'll always win. And that same thing transitions to a lot of stuff. People who buy stocks and certain, like, once you know what's gonna be popping before it's popping, you'll always win. And I always realized just doing digital was gonna be that wave to really like bring money in, you know what I mean, or build a career, because you can do a lot with it. If I do like a painting like one time, one of one, once it's sold, it's sold. I can show people pictures of it, but I can't show them the same
it's gone
product again. It's gone. And you got to do twice as much work to recreate that same piece or something better. But once I realized, like going into digital class with like my father and stuff, he put me in, and seeing the support, I'm like, the world is endless. Colors are endless. There's no running out of paint, crayons, ink. You know what I mean? It's all digital, and you just have more of a widespread of what you can do with it.
Got you.
You can create on a bigger canvas too, because it's
digital. Yeah. Wow.
So it was just when I realized that, I just went with it.
Got you. Yeah. How does one stay ahead of the curve?
Pay attention.
Okay.
Be in tune.
Yeah.
Just understand like, what are people doing now, and what's gonna make what people are doing now easier. And once you realize what makes doing what people are doing now easier, you figure out how to tap into what's easier
in the future.
And that thing that becomes easier, we're eventually gonna move to that. And once we move to that, if you were in there before, you're good.
Got you. Now I know you said you picked up and you moved to Orlando. What made you feel so confident to just, like you said, because you mentioned that you didn't have any clients out here. What made you feel so confident to pick up and go somewhere you never been, you know, and start your career there?
Well, shout out to like one of my you know, like my boys, Stacks, you know, Florcio. He just told me to come out to Florida one day and just hang out with him. And I just like Florida. It was just a different vibe than New York. I just enjoyed it. Okay. And he was like, yeah, you can move right here, live as easy as, you know, easy in New York. So I always had the goal, but I didn't know when I was actually gonna move. I thought I was gonna move when I was like maybe 30 or something. I don't know, you know, at the time I was like 17. Yeah. So I was like, okay, maybe when I get older I'll move to Florida. So he, you know, showed me I could come to Florida. And then fast forward, you know, I graduate a couple years after, I'm looking for opportunities, and I got an opportunity from a friend to work at Universal. And
Doing something in the art field, or
doing something in the graphic art field, but not exactly what I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
But the opportunity sounded golden at the time, and from someone who just graduated. You know, a lot of people in your family don't really understand what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Just to have Universal as a backing just kind of gave me that push to be like, all right, I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna figure it out. So that's how I got down there. And you know, my girlfriend, my wife at the time, she's already down there, so she's there with me. You know, so if anything goes wrong, I know she got my back, and I'll be all right. And then it's a mixture of her, Universal, and then just from the previous fact, I just wanted to be in Florida. I don't know.
Got you.
I hate the cold in New York, so Florida's always just a nice balance.
Facts.
So a mixture of those things gave me the confidence, but I still wasn't confident because you're right, I didn't have the clientele. I don't know nobody out there. I don't know nothing out there. How am I gonna rebuild what I built in New York down here was a big question.
What was the first steps on rebuilding the entire, taking a brand from up north down south and rebuilding it? What was the first step to doing that? Aside from moving here.
Just staying low.
Okay.
Staying low and just get it together. No need to, pop out here, pop out there, or,
I agree with that. Yeah, it's story for Kanye. I agree with that so much. Like, I feel like we get caught up in the whole, let me be here, let me be there, let me be there. Bro, just work on your craft.
Exactly.
They're gonna come to you.
Exactly. So that's the thing. I stayed low. You didn't catch me making new friends, going out here, trying to show that I'm living good here. You know what I mean? Things was rough. Not like rough in like a super struggle sense, but in a sense like I'm trying to figure out how to take this and live off of it and be good here. I'm trying to go into the jungle and come out with lion fur, like you know what I mean, somewhere I'm not used to. So I just stayed low. It was just more okay, how can I make what's going on today happen? This was about 5-6 years ago now.
Yeah.
How can I make this happen in that time span? Just staying low.
Gotcha.
Just figuring it out.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So from the time of you working at Universal, from that time to you working, are you still doing art, like selling art to people from time to time, or you're just focusing on your craft and working?
I put it aside for Universal. I was trying to see what these opportunities were like. Somebody had told me about this opportunity. I could do X, Y, and Z, big things here, but then I started realizing that's not exactly what it was.
Yeah.
And I did feel like for a point in time I wasted my time moving out here to chase a certain opportunity that didn't really turn out to be what I thought it was, or at least what I was, what I perceived, I guess, what I thought. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And once I realized it's not exactly what I was going for, I just decided kind of just cut that connection. You know what I mean? And just figured out how I always did.
Yeah.
Just from ground one all over again.
And that was going to be my question. How long from that time you working to you saying to yourself, you know what, I'm going to just do this, the graphic stuff full time? How long between?
I would say about 5 months.
Damn.
5 months. So you gotta understand that my whole family is excited and hyped. They go, hey, he's working at Universal. He's excited. He's gonna do this. He's gonna do great things. And in 5 months, hey, out of here. So now the next thing is, all right, am I gonna move back to my mom's crib? Am I gonna go back and just kind of look like, oh, I thought you was gonna do this, and now you came back?
Yeah.
That kind of really hurt my pride a little bit for some time after I left. But I knew that if I just stay low, it'll all just work out.
Yeah. It's funny you say that. I tell a lot of people, and I don't know if you feel the same, I always feel like the first step of proving to yourself that you believe in your dream is going against what your parents think about what you should do. Because I feel like that's one of the biggest challenge. Like, if you don't have the support of your family or the closest people, if you can't get past that, forget about success. Probably isn't for you.
Yeah, you have to learn self-motivation.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing that I've always tried to instill in myself from the beginning. Self-motivation is very important because at the end of the day, all you have is you. So if you can't get yourself up, nobody else is definitely not going to do it for you. And if you do have that lucky person, then that's a 1 in a million to someone to pick you up. So you always got to find it within you.
Exactly.
Like, realistically, because when no one else is talking to you or checking up on you or asking how you feel when you're going through these deep thoughts on how to really make it, all you got is you. So I've always self-motivated myself. There's been times where it was hard. There's been times I wanted to just break down and just, damn, how am I going to really figure this out? But I just take a little nap and just figure it out within myself. And then once I'm good, bro, I'm back at it.
That's a fact.
So I kind of had a little easy in that sense, but for some people who don't have support or understand it, it's a little harder, but self-motivation is definitely key.
Exactly. Exactly. So name some of the people you work with, and what was the process even like reaching out to them? Because I know you had a specific way that you went about getting to these people.
You talking about like when I was doing like cover arts and
Cover
reaching out
arts,
to like
yeah.
celebrities and stuff? Some ways I could say it, that list is kind of long. So to start, I definitely know, what I can remember is definitely Gucci Mane. That's one of my favorite artists. I definitely did like a little like drawing, cover art, sort of, you know, design. I sent it to like producers that he used to work with, or I know he currently works with at the time, and hopefully they would see it in like their Instagram DMs, and eventually, you know, got through. He posted it, showed me love. His wife, I did like a little design of them and like a drop top like Lambo, a little design when they was about to get married. The Wobsters, that the Migos definitely posted some fan artwork. Cardi B posted some fan artwork. Troy Ave, Meg Thee Stallion recently with, you know, like a couple years. It's a lot. Like I think Meek Mill posted a cover art one time. Little Baby, 21 Savage.
A lot of
At least
people.
a couple. Yeah. Now are they 100% familiar with my name? I don't know yet, but I know they definitely show love to the artwork.
Got you.
You know what I mean? By using it for their projects or a cover or a mixtape or something.
Okay. But how did you like even get connected with them?
Just being on Instagram, bro. Just trying to figure out who's who in the industry that I'm not in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's it. You just gotta just kind of be like that little like outsider looking in, trying to make a connection. Like, okay, this is his friend. Okay, this is his producer. This is her stylist. This is his man's. You know what I mean? And message them, you know, in a respectful way to reach out to who you're really trying to get to. So it's a chain. Sometimes it could be a chain of two, to him to get to him, or him to get to him to get to him to get to who I'm trying to get to.
Gotcha.
So it was always just a gamble. And it still is. You know what I mean? Even my career now, it's getting a little easier because the name is getting solidified. But starting from nothing, it was definitely like a gamble trying to get people to understand what you're trying to do, and hopefully they don't leave you on scene, or they read it, or they have enough faith to help you out get to who you're trying to get to because they know that person. Yeah. That's all it really was, bro. Just trying to piece things together outside looking in. Sometimes I was right, sometimes I was wrong. Got you. You saying that some, you know, the artists, you know, showing love or recognition. How is it? You know, I always wondered, because I see a lot of artists post a picture and don't tag the artist. Like, does that upset the artist, or do you feel like the payment is enough and you don't need to tag me? How do you feel? You say if they pay or if they don't pay? You can do it for both. If they pay, or there's a lot of different things to this. Yeah, so. If they pay, say if you're, how do you feel about it if they pay and if they don't pay? I feel that if they pay for artwork, I feel they should still show love and tag. Yeah. But there's a spectrum of people that look, I pay for it, I'm not obligated to tag you. Yeah. And that's very true. I see both sides. They're really not out. They paid for it. Yeah. You know, you don't shout out like a manufacturer so that you get made. You just make your product. It's you. So I get that. But as an artist, I do feel like they should tag and show love, because as a community, you know, we have to build each other. So if you tag, you're kind of, you paid, but now you're helping them get that revenue, that traffic to further build. It's like when you don't do the tag, it's kind of like it kind of cuts it from growing anymore. You just got paid that and that's it. And that was it. There's nothing that kind of comes in more. We have to work on building each other more. So I feel like a tag is very important, but it's not obligated. Yeah. But I do feel like it should be done. Got you. And now, let's say they didn't pay. It was something that, you know, you just reached out to them. If they tag you still and they didn't pay? And they don't tag you. If you did surf for them and they post it and they don't tag you, then I feel that kind of just defeats the purpose completely. That's just not giving no growth to the person at all. It just gives the person bragging rights to say, hey, such and such posted me. Yeah. But the tag doesn't help get that traffic to help you build. Yeah. So I do feel like people should get tagged. You know, I don't feel like people should feel like it's too much to tag somebody. It's really not. You know what I mean? You're helping build somebody. You should feel, at least from my point of view, you should feel grateful or happy in a sense to say, hey, I tagged this person. I probably got them a lot of followers and clout. They got to take that and, you know, like I gave them the ball. They got to run with it now. They got to shoot it. You know what I mean? Got you. But if you don't do either or in this generation, in this social media, like, you know, network, it kind of just cuts that. You know what I mean? You just have bragging rights, and you want bragging rights plus the traffic, plus the cosign. You know, that helps. You want a career. It helps. It really helps build a career. When I say that's like a very vital part, it is.
Got you. Now we all see the machine moving. Your whole brand is moving. How many people play that role? Because we only see, Ozzyoz the Vyrus, but how many people are helping out and helping really make that machine move smoothly?
Definitely just shout out my wife, C.O. Huey. Like that's
what's up.
That's really the real infrastructure to like what's going on behind the scenes, and she does a whole lot. So that's definitely number one, and then number two is just honestly everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody, because it comes from people from like the town supporting or talking about me or sharing my stuff to people who don't know me, sharing my stuff. Like just even sharing and talking about it and coming up in conversation is helping moving the machine in a certain way. Some things are more than others, but it still helps. So everyone that supports or just purchases art or just, it's all helping.
Yeah.
But if we're talking like real back end stuff, definitely, CEO Huey, like my parents, my close friends, It's a whole lot of people that kind of, I talk to on a daily basis or from time to time that just kind of help me feel like, you got this, keep going, or we're going to help you do this, we're going to help you do that. And honestly, you don't even got to be friends I've known from before. I've met some people
along the way
about a month ago or, 2 years ago that has really been helping build it too. So time don't even really matter, it's just about who just got that good connection.
Exactly, I agree.
So there's a lot of people that's involved with helping and moving. That's how it should be, because the person I am, I'll make sure I return the favor somehow, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As best as I could to those people that helped me.
Yeah, that's what's up. Now, I know I was watching an interview and you mentioned that you took a lot of losses. What were some of the losses that you faced in the business?
Understanding customer service, understanding meeting deadlines, understanding that not everybody is going to show you love if you send them a free product to promote your brand. But you come out your way to pay for it, expedite it. And they may not even show love. They may just get it, or lose it or whatever, So there's a lot of losses, but just understanding working with people is probably like one of the biggest losses I took, trying to understand that. But I've, rolled with the punches and got better at it as time went on. Yeah,
it became like a game in the end.
Yeah,
because you learned something.
You just gotta understand how to just treat people right through the internet or through business. And I took a lot of losses by not understanding, timing. For like myself to do a turnaround time on a project.
Yeah.
Or responding to people in a fashionable time where they feel comfortable sending me money to finish something for them.
Gotcha.
And like I said earlier, sending products out to certain people to help me promote, and they may not do it. So that's a loss right there financially.
Speaking on that, how often does that happen where like you might start a project for someone and then by the time you finish it, they don't even want it anymore, but you still spent 3 hours doing it, 4 hours doing it. How often does that happen? And what's that like? Like what does that do to you?
I've faced that a couple times, but not too many times, because I really make sure that you're gonna like this art. I put time. You're gonna like it. You're gonna finish it somehow. Whether I got a revision, start over, we gonna finish it. So I never really took much losses with that, but I've always made sure I take a deposit. So even if I do lose, at least I got half the project, because you didn't get the finish. I still got my time, and honestly, that's not really being refunded because I already exchanged my time.
Yeah.
So definitely deposits help, with that loss. But with my own personal, there have been times where I started projects where people just didn't want or didn't have the finances to pay for the rest. I took a lot of those losses in the beginning, but lately it hasn't really been too much, but it can always still happen.
Yeah.
You're never too big for losses to still come around. So
that's true.
It can still happen. So it's just one of the things you just gotta just take to the chin and just keep it moving. It's always gonna happen.
Yep.
No matter what. So.
Fast. What's the hardest part of what you do?
Of what I do?
Yeah. What's the hardest part, and what's the hardest part, and what's the best part of what you do?
The hardest part is definitely making time for everybody and myself at the same time. It's hard. It really becomes a stressful factor, trying to, balance, being a father, a husband, a business owner, a son to my parents, or a family member, friends to my friends, It's a lot to balance, and still making everybody feel like they got like an even piece of your time.
Yeah.
And then also myself.
Yeah.
Too. Like that's another factor I gotta really, make time for. So balancing is definitely one of the hardest parts.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I'd say I'm doing decent, but I'm not always perfect at it.
Yeah.
But I'm learning as I go. You know what I mean?
And what's the best part?
The best part is just seeing people just enjoy the art, man. Just seeing people love it, enjoy it. Just seeing people like just be happy to either receive it or show it off. You know what I mean? That's always the best part because you enjoy something I created.
Facts.
So yeah.
Facts. Now, I also heard you say one time that because somebody was saying, you know, in an interview, they were saying, yo, all original pieces, and you clarified saying that, you know, they're not 100% original, some of it, but it's fan art. You know what I'm saying? And you added a twist to certain things.
Yeah. So I do face that issue too, where like a lot of these things aren't 100% originally my idea. The concept is original. But sometimes the characters and stuff behind it, it's a twist on, existing characters that I just can't help but, like enjoy to draw. You know what I mean? Like
Gotcha.
I just get such a kick out of just taking something that I grew up on, something nostalgic, and just giving it like a fresh feel,
Okay.
that no one's ever really seen before. Someone may have seen, but I've done it in my version.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's fire, yeah.
I definitely am gonna have, I'm working on some 100% original content soon. But I'm using this to build the platform and to get people familiar with who I am and what I can bring to the table. So when you see my original, it's all out. Like I gotta check out what Ozzyo's doing, 100% original. If he did such a good job on a remix or a spin, he's definitely gonna, do his own thing now. So I'm just using it as a platform for now. I know I can't really go too far with it, but I'm gonna go as far as I can, and then, just change that. Just change them tracks when the time comes. You know what I mean?
Got you. Do you ever face like legal issues with the people who do these things, or
I've gotten to a couple, little situations where I had to just kind of, reframe or stop selling certain, stuff that technically, rightfully isn't mine, which I know and I'm aware of. I'm not trying to force it, remove it, we'll stop there before it becomes anything further. But, in the meantime, look, scare money don't make money, bro. I'm gonna just keep
there you go.
I mean?
Hold on. So did they take money from you, or they just at cease and desist?
It could have got to that point, but I just listen right away. Like,
yeah.
I'll stop.
It's funny that you say that because I interviewed, and I know Malik Dupree,
that's my guy.
and he said in an interview, he was like, "Yo, by the time they gonna reach out to me, I already made my thousands, and I'll stop." And he had the same energy, like. The bold, this is what bold people do. Like, scare money don't make money,
At the end of the day, bro, I'm not doing nothing like illegal, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really too worried about like bigger consequences or just, hey, stop, cease and desist.
Gotcha. Exactly.
That's really it. And I'm not saying either situation is good, but it ain't jail time. So it's like, I ain't really doing that. So until they really come to my door and stop me, I'm going to just keep doing what I got to do. Because at the end of the day, people enjoy it. I enjoy it.
Exactly.
It's fun. And I do have a bigger plan. This isn't the limit. I'm just getting started.
Exactly.
I'm still just getting started. So, you know what I mean? There's bigger visions for it.
Exactly.
But I'm going to do what I can in the meantime. You know what I mean?
Facts. So, I know you have the new collection out. You know what I'm saying? LSD. Just explain to the people what inspired that, and even just break down the name for everyone.
So yeah, LSD is just liquidity, sex, and dreams. That's my newest collection. That's really what I've been on lately. I'm still running the Virus graphics, where it's more about just anime characters, but this is just more of going for a high-end pop art feel. I want to be like Basquiat or like anime or like pop art, you know what I mean, and just creative ideas in a way, or just like not even to be like somebody, but like my own version of that with what I like to do. So liquidity, sex, and dreams, honestly, just money, sex, and just dreams, like just visuals, just like just the part that just makes it attractive, and just everyone loves money and some type of form of assets, whether it's diamonds, jewels, coins, crypto, like So I just kind of just take those three aspects and just mash it all together. And the LSD part is just a play on the actual drug LSD because it gives it that trippy feel. Like all of this is together, the colors, the view, the high saturation, the 90s red and blue glasses, 3D glasses look, you know what I mean? A lot of that's just mixed into it to give it that LSD feel. But it has nothing to do with LSD, but it just helps with like a nice play on words.
Exactly.
But it has a different acronym.
Or, speaking on it being Trippie and all that, I know Trippie Red bought a piece, and I know Chris Brown bought a piece. What was that feeling like?
It's amazing. It just solidified that I'm doing what I gotta do, and this whole journey wasn't for nothing.
Now, are you able to speak to these people, or somebody reaches out to you through
somebody will reach out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It hasn't, you know, to be honest, hasn't been like a direct connection but someone will reach out and say, hey, they need this piece.
Yeah, it's still
in their
fire.
house or at their studio.
Yeah.
Can you make it happen? Take care of me. I send it out, and that's it. But you never know. Like, the name's on the picture, so if they really wanted to tap in, they could tap in.
Exactly. And then
they tapping out. It don't matter.
You
like,
feel me?
You know what I mean? They can tap in. The name's there, but as of right now, as this recording out, it's been more of, you know, somebody making that connection.
Yeah.
But they're interested.
Exactly.
They know. They
it
know
starts
the name,
there.
They know the art.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, I know they both tagged you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, did that up the followers? Did that up the sales and everything?
To be honest, Trippie actually hasn't even tagged me. I just had a picture of him in the studio.
Okay.
So hopefully he do down the line. But I know he got it and it's hanging up somewhere in his studio.
Exactly.
Chris Brown definitely was definitely a tag. Like, showing love. He said, thanks, G, and just tagged me with both the pieces that he got. He had the Miami Speed Racer and the Game Room Hiatus, which, you know, is in with me now. But he had those two pieces. And, you know, we was talking behind the scenes. I felt like those pieces kind of spoke to, like, not spoke to him, but like it's like relatable. It's compatible with this type of person he is. So for him to like look at that and say, I'm gonna hang this up in my crib, wherever, I don't know where in his crib, but somewhere in there,
it's up there.
It's a good feeling. Yeah, no,
exactly.
It's a good feeling to know that he's tapped in with those pieces, you know.
Wow.
And I got more on the way. You know what I mean? There's more orders of certain celebrities and just normal people who just want to just get a piece of the collection before it's gone.
Fact. Now I know before you also mentioned, you know, there's a bigger plan. This is just the beginning, you know.
Yes,
so what is that plan?
I want to make like my own like cartoon, my own like anime, my own manga, like you know, my own story where like I just touch into more cultures. You know what I mean? With the same art style, because you know, anime and cartoons, most of the stuff is more Japanese based, but I want to take that art style but mix it with more of like, you know, what I enjoy, what I know other people will enjoy more, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
More of like a relatable culture thing. So.
Got you. I was going to ask that. Would you like put the culture into it and everything?
Yeah, the same way I do with the art is going to be that, but just more full on. You know what I mean? Right. It's going to be good. I can't speak on it too much. I got some good friends of mine, and you know what I mean, like working on the back end of it. You know, Corsio, he was, you know, making sure it's going to run straight too. I'm making sure it's going to, you know, be great. But until then, that's definitely like the bigger plan. You know, I want to be on Netflix, Hulu, something with it. You know what I mean? Eventually, or whatever's out at the time, just showcasing like my creation. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Listen, man, is there anything you'd like to tell the people that we didn't touch on?
Just to go back on the self-motivation, like, you always gotta just believe in yourself, you know what I mean? And invest into yourself. You know, nowadays we're in this world where everybody's just talking about investing in, you know, real estate stock and, you know, all this other fancy stuff. And that's cool, I'm all for that. But you also gotta remember yourself too. You're just as important as all these other assets that can make you millions and thousands, you know what I mean? So that's a very important part, along with all these other tangible things. You know, yourself is maybe not something tangible, but it's something that needs to be invested in, and you got to believe in it all the time.
That's what's up.
Whether you're an artist or a rapper or, you know,
whatever you do,
anything. I'm just trying to name something, but whatever. Always invest into yourself, man. Like, put that money, put that research into whatever it is to make sure your craft is better and it becomes great. Exactly. Because that's never going to fail, you know what I mean? That's never going to go down, and if it does go down, it's going to catapult into something bigger. All these other tangible things, you know, like the economy could hit tomorrow, it's all going to go down the drain. It may come back up, but you never know when, but yourself is always a definite, it's going to come back up. Facts. That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, before everybody goes, you know, I always ask them to name 3 people they'd want to see tap in with PPhilms, so here's your shot. Who's your 3? Does it got to be like locally, or is it bigger? It could be locally, but I always tell people too, whoever you name, I'm gonna press you to help me tap in with them. So I see. I definitely think you should tap in with my boy Kai 45, close friend of mine. You know what I mean, from my hometown. He's an artist who's, you know, who's different. He's been doing this thing for a long time. I definitely think you got to tap in with him. You know what I mean? Definitely set that up. Kind of tapped in. Have you tapped in with Goldie yet? Nah. Wow. Okay, definitely tapped in with Goldie. She's doing her thing too, with like, you know, just bringing like a spot for like music. You know, I can't really name exactly. I haven't really tapped in with the man, but like, you know, I know she's doing her thing. I definitely want to see tapping with her. Kai 45. person.
All right, we can name a big one now. We can name a big one.
Let's see. Should tap with like an artist like Fabio. I seen you had like my boy Ether on here.
Yeah.
You should definitely tap with Fabio.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And look, I know Ether, so like, you know, they might have some LSD pieces show up soon too. You never know.
There we go.
But you can definitely do that. So those are my 3.
There we go. Listen, Ozzyoz the Vyrus, I appreciate you, know what I mean?
Of course, bro.
Exactly. Just want to let you know the whole PPhilms campaign is, you know what I mean, respecting what you're doing, and we stand behind you.
All right, thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Get it.